Well, this gentleman here and this gentleman here will support us.
Well, you know what? I disagree. So
Assault.
that is assault.
It's assault.
But he has to be able to go through. But he has to be able to go through.
You know what? I disagree. So
David?
that is assault.
But he has to be able to go through. But he has to be able to.
Hey guys, this is Marcel with IrnieracingNews, the Canadian.Journalist. We're going to talk about David Lindsay being convicted of 2 counts of assault. This last Wednesday, what was it, December 13th. I was there. I watched when Judge Cathaline Heinrichs brought down the conviction, and we were all just like, what? What is this for? And I actually never saw the video in court that was presented by David Lindsay, who represented himself, to show that there was no assault. There was no assault. I just showed you the video footage from both angles of the supposed alleged assault, where the security guards at Interior Health cried wolf, saying that was assault, and the RCMP at the time did nothing. They didn't consider it assault at the time. On the video, you can see the RCMP throughout. They just continued to talk with him. There was no assault. But then the Crown came down. How can we hurt David Lindsay? How can we stop those Kelowna protests that are every week at Stewart Park? In fact, the city of Kelowna was put under pressure this entire last 2 years to stop these demonstrations from the province, from the Premier. The British Columbia said, we are going to stop funding the city of Kelowna. We're going to cut funds unless you guys stop those demonstrations. And so this is all part of it, guys. This is political attack against our right to peaceful assembly, our right to association. And of course, in me personally, my right to freedom of press was attacked by Constable Conrad Erbs and the mayor of Kelowna, Bazran, who was charged with also his own problem. And now the Crown has stayed those. Okay, Kat. So let's watch the footage again in slow motion. How is this assault? This is an assault on all Canadians because we have all brushed up against somebody or stood our ground in front of somebody, and where we may actually touch chest to chest as we're talking with an argument or an altercation. But in this instance, it wasn't even that. He was saying, you got to let me in this building. I have a right to go in a public building. You security guards are not allowed to block me because of your political interest that you were influenced by the mayor or the city or the police or whoever put the influence on you to not let him in. But others are allowed in, whether you wear a breathing barrier or not. This was obviously the question at the time. So we all know he was allowed in the building. We're all public citizens are allowed in the public building to do public services, right? And the judge, Cathaline Heinrichs, said in court, I don't care whether you were allowed in the building or not. That is not the question for me to determine whether you were assaulting these security guards. Okay, fine. Whether he was allowed in the building or not. Let's forget that whole charter violation, right? The video footage shows that he didn't assault anyone. He brushed up to somebody, like, let me in the building, please get out of my way. And he touches with his elbow to the person's elbow or their stomach or whatever the video shows. You're seeing it. We're all guilty of assault then. Every Canadian, all the millions of Canadians are guilty of assault many times in our lives for brushing up against people at the damn grocery store. This is an outrage. Everybody should be outraged that he was not only politically charged, but politically convicted of assault, 2 counts of assault. This just makes me so angry that this is happening. Our court systems are so corrupt. The RCMP members are corrupt. The RCMP Crown, the Crown is so corrupt, these prosecutors and the people telling them what to do. That's it, guys. Watch the footage again. You're all guilty of brushing up against somebody in your life. Maybe we should all be in jail. The Crown would love that. Irnieracing, Canadian.Journalist. Reporting now, what is it, December 15th.
well, I disagree. I have a right of access.
Gentleman here and gentleman here
disagree. So
David, that is assault.
But female, but he has to be able to go through. But he has to be able to go through.
they can't block me. That's the word I have. They cannot block me from doing it. You want to charge me with trespassing? That's up to you. But they cannot block me from going in. It's a crown corporation. Do you understand that? That's different from a private entity. It's a crown corp. That means we have a right to go in. I'm not breaking any laws. All I want to do, we want somebody from Interior Health to come out and answer our questions. That's what we want. And we've done so for 10 days. No answer. And phone calls and emails. Nobody's responding. As I said earlier, last time we were here, all that is a way to brush people off without anybody being accountable. Nobody ever answers questions. Nobody ever answers phone calls. Nobody responds to emails. And there's no accountability to the public or to the people. You're the one that I'm talking about. All right. Constable Law. I'm sorry? Is that the person that gave you the card last week? I don't know that they're director of communications. They were not the director of communications.
So you have the email address, you're given all that, then you're given the number. You can follow that. You can go and do your information demonstration on a public sidewalk. That's it.
Well, I disagree. I have a right of access.
Well, this gentleman here and this gentleman here will support us.
Well, you know what? I disagree. So
David, assault. That is assault. It's assault.
But female, but he has to be able to go through. But he has to